A trip to the ALC Finals tomorrow is on the line. A team in Tennessee that has stayed dormant for decades is trying to get back to the top, and they're in prime position to do so. After 2 consecutive years of heartbreak, however, in the play-in round, Cinderella this year wears buckskin clothes and a coonskin cap. West Virginia pulled off the upset last weekend against James Madison. Can they do it again and shock the MCLA world? It's Rocky Top versus Country Roads, West Virginia, Tennessee, for the final spot in Championship Sunday here in the ALC tournament. Dan Zampano and Reagan Pritchett along with you for the ride here. Reagan, this is a Cinderella story in West Virginia about to get underway. Nobody thought they'd be here, but they are.
Exactly. When I played West Virginia as a player, first few matchups, the games weren't very close. It was 15, 16 goal games. They've improved every year since then. This year, they played Liberty, who is going on to the finals. They played them within 3 goals, so it's a program that's on the rise. Expect to see them again in the future.
And for Tennessee, they haven't been to the MCLA tournament in 23 years. It is a huge moment for them to get all the way to the ALC finals.
Yeah, it's their first back-to-back winning seasons in a long time. Last year, they thought that they have all the players, but maybe not put the pieces together. Didn't have a super successful run or as much success as they wanted. Now they've put all the pieces together. They have a 10-1 record heading into the weekend, 10th ranked nationally. Have a really, really good shot at nationals.
Well, a good start for the Mountaineers as we get underway. Justin Densberger not only wins the face, but draws a flag as well. And West Virginia in the road yellows today, taking on Tennessee in the all-whites. This Tennessee team comes in with a record of 10-1. Like we said, their first time as a number 1 seed in the ALC tournament, coached by first-year coach Jake Noel, who taken over the program from actually his brother-in-law, Reed Copeland. That is a shot and a save to start the day from Zach Janis in front. And it'll be a man-up possession for West Virginia. One of the key players on West Virginia has already been named to the all-conference team. That's Will Stone, number 4, who took that shot there. He is a big fella at 6'5", and he's from your neck of the woods, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's a fantastic left-handed player. Left-handed players are always very dynamic. They bring a different look to the goalie. And having that sort of size lets him use his body to get those inside shots and also shoot through players with power.
So look for number 36, Jackson Smith, another power player on this offense for West Virginia. Brian Houck is the head coach of the Mountaineers as Stone puts one home to start. And the Mountaineers, who have been a Cinderella story all year long, are on front to begin. My, oh my.
It's really good play from the Mountaineers. They throw a little fake up top to move the defense and then just have two-man game, splitting that last defenseman for that open shot.
Tyler Randall's his teammate, going to get the credit for the assist as West Virginia off to a very good start. And Densberger going to win another face-off here. Ben Chadwick gets the win for the Mountaineers. And trying to scoop forward is Robert O'Neill. He does to Stone. Inside, Densberger! What a start for the Mountaineers!
%100% a team goal here. From the ground ball pickup up to Stone, and then the one more. Everyone was on the same page, knew exactly what they were going for. And fantastic shot placement, opposite side low.
Everybody so far this season has seen Tennessee after their win against Virginia Tech a couple of weeks ago to get this number 1 seed. They said, wow, Tennessee is for real. But this team also hasn't played in 2 weeks, and they did play in the ALC tournament last season and lost to Liberty in the semifinal game. They felt like that was a big stepping stone for them, but this year they've taken a giant leap forward. A tough start, though, against Brian Houck's upstart Mountaineer squad, who come in with an 8-5 record. They were 4-4 at the midway point of the season and lost to James Madison. Ended up winning 3 games by 1 goal apiece. and then lost to New Hampshire in the final game of the regular season. But they snuck in as a play-in team, played against James Madison, who they lost to by 7 goals, and end up winning by 6 goals in the play-in game. I mean, it's unheard of what kind of run they've been on. Now we get an action of the very large roster from Tennessee, led by Mason Kane. And that shot goes. Kane will get credited for the assist, but the goal looks like it's going to J.D. Schellenberger, who have been teammates for a while here.
This is very fundamental lacrosse on offense. Draw the slide, move it across, and there's one step down.
You saw the switch of the hands there coming from Schellenberger, who gets it. By the way, no relation to Connor Schellenberger, in case any of you lacrosse nuts were wondering. That time a win for Max DeMella, the specialty player of the year this year. Got one on cage, but Jack Gager, who has led this West Virginia squad through and through, able to come up with a save. Two-1 early here in this contest. West Virginia on top of the number 1 seed Tennessee. Should be a really fun and interesting game. These two teams did play against each other in the regular season. Tennessee won 12-7, but that game was pretty close in the third quarter. Deflected, picked up by Jack Lydon. Long pass intercepted. Now taken away. Brock Altland, another veteran of this squad. Tried to pass it across to Will Stone. And that one deflected. Stone, another all-conference selection this year for West Virginia. One of the best players, really even in program history. You could make that case for them. This has been a team that has had a poor history in their conference, but has finally made it here to the ALC tournament. West Virginia won 6 games in 3 years before Brian Houck took over and got them their first winning season in 2019 in the MCLA. This is their first tournament game ever, and it's going really, really well. August Flynn with the goal, and West Virginia up 3-1.
I think everyone thought that pass was going over his head. He managed to snag it out of the air. Even the goalie was going for it. Got him off his line, and quick turnaround for the really low angle shot.
Flynn able to put that one home for his 12th of the year. Very nice shot there for him. He's from Malvern, Pennsylvania. A lot of Pennsylvania guys, a lot of coal country guys on this group. All about the grit they talk about with West Virginia. Coach Houck talking about grit and the guts, which we'll talk about probably at some point in this game. You'll see a couple of them on the field there. One of them happening to be Michael Murphy. That's what they call their D midline, the guts. But wide open, a great save by Gager. That's what he does. Already 2 in this first quarter. Schellenberger back in front. Gager gets a shoulder on him. That's all he needed to save that one. Nothing replaces great goaltending, right, Reagan?
Absolutely. Goalies can keep you in the game. And when the goalie's not hot, it feels like you just can't stop an offense ever. So goalie play is a big factor, not only in the success of the game, but also team morale and momentum is too.
Gager, an excellent game against James Madison, was standing on his head in that one. part of the reason why they've been able to get this far. Shot is good. What a start for the Mountaineers. Brock Altland.
It all starts with the pick. Open up his hands, gets to the middle field, has a great angle, and just pure heat, high to high.
Altland, a pure scorer. They actually, Brian Houck said he clocked him at 104 miles an hour on his shot. So he can put the heat on it. Puts that one past Zach Janis. And man, this is a shock. And it will be a shock for those watching. Going out of bounds again. Just not the start that we expected from this Tennessee team that ever since they beat Virginia Tech, everybody's kind of been crowning them and saying, okay, this has got to be the favorite in this tournament. Long
Absolutely.
Pass.
This 10th ranked team in the country. One of the best. Only has one loss this year. I mean, a lot of people expected that an 8-5 West Virginia team probably wasn't going to be able to compete with them. But here they are, up 3.
That one loss for Tennessee came at the hands of Georgia. Here's Kane, ever so dangerous. Mason Kane continues his excellent season for the Volunteers.
Goal for Tennessee, number 24, unassisted.
Looks like he beat Kager low there, Reagan.
Yeah, it was an unsaid situation. I don't think anyone expected him to go. He didn't have any teammates to help him. If he got stuck, he would have lost the ball, but managed to just run through the defense down the middle.
Kane has now eclipsed 60 points on the year. He's the first Tennessee Volunteer to do that since 2008. Shows you how long and dormant this Tennessee group has been. Excellent history from the early 2000s. Our good friend and coach Buff Grubb, former coach there and former coach at Clemson as well, coached them in those early 2000s games. They have not they have not been in an MCLA tournament game since 2001. That was the last time they made it. In fact, they were the first ever SELC team to win a tournament game back in 1999. That pass inside, picked off. And given right back to Tennessee. Kane loses it. And given back to the Mountaineers. Looked like David Colangelo is the one who got it back. West Virginia will set up their offense again. Up 4-2, 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. One last spot in Championship Sunday tomorrow.
West Virginia has numbers.
Inside, chance for Smith, couldn't capitalize. Although they maintain possession. Jackson Smith, 2 goals in the loss to Tennessee earlier this year. Trying to put another one in. Doesn't take that shot there on the end, and now they move it back around to Stone. See if they let him create. Inside, good look, but Zach Janis saw it coming. And a good forecheck there. Kevin Mullaney almost got it out of the stick. Looks like Ashton Dunn was able to re-corral it. Will Tobias, junior from Westminster, Maryland, was handling it there for the moment. And now back to their leader, Kane. Schellenberger goes left. Shoots left. Scores left. J.D. Schellenberger with a beautiful downhill dodge and a rip to boot.
I think Keekok Hager guessing a little bit.
Unassisted.
It's near side. He moves his stick out of the way and just sneaks it past the pipe.
Great shot by our camera crew, seeing the trajectory of that shot. Schellenberger, they talk about him. He's 6'3", 210 pounds. They love how good he is as a downhill dodger. Transfer from the University of Tampa. Tennessee wins another face. Inside, and ball is mishandled and pushed out of bounds. Good defense on the other end there. I believe that's Sean Kenworthy, number 32. Backside. Young man from Roxbury, New Jersey. Team captain, team president. And now with 4.5 minutes to go, West Virginia trying to extend their lead here. Up 4-3. So far, they are the number 3 seed in this tournament. A rare 3 seed making the semifinal. Just haven't seen a lot of upsets in this tournament when it comes to the play-in game. And it's so tough to play that game back-to-back weeks. We already saw it for Virginia Tech and their loss to Liberty. Losing that game after having to play last week against Clemson. West Virginia not only had to play last week, they had to travel to Harrisonburg, Virginia. That one off the side of the net. Play against a ranked James Madison team. But they are all guts and all grit. That's what they preach. It's kind of like that with West Virginia sports in general, right? Just underdog mentality. They have it. Kane, bad spot to leave him open.
The entire defense is focused on the Dodger here. Just bumps it out for a step down. Top speed at 8 yards. There's nothing the goalie can do about that one.
Now the rotation obviously off there. Logan Aiello is going to get the assist, the sophomore. Back to the face-off dot we go, and another good win there for Max DeMella. Kane again, that time goes low and wide, and Gager is going to get the call there. Tennessee not happy. Jake Noel pleading his case on the other side. He thought that Aiello was there first. Dangerous pass in the middle, but Smith able to corral it, then re-corral it. West Virginia, hot start. Giving up a few goals in a row now as that one is dropped but regathered. Good job by David Lipinski. Back over to Jackson Smith. Switches hands, has him free. Janis is there, almost shuffled off the rebound into the net. But Tennessee regathers. That's Cruz Mayer, who's a freshman out of Ridgefield, Connecticut. Former Ridgefield Tiger. And a good clear there for the Volunteers. West Virginia, a lot of that energy seemed to kind of dissipate a little, and Tennessee's taking advantage a little bit here.
Absolutely. I think a big part of that is West Virginia won the first 2 faceoffs of the game, started out with the 4-1 lead, but since then, Max DeMella's won 7 in a row. Kind of taking the wind out of their sails.
Tennessee continues to work it around. Tough shot. That was a really low shot. DeMella like we said, one specialty player of the year this year in the conference. And no, he is not 97% like it might say in some websites, but he is that good. Gager right in the middle there to corral that one. Not sure if we count that as a shot. That looked like it was just up in the air. Oh, slipping and falling to the turf was Finzel. Gives it right back. Finzel at least lets him know that he's there. No flag called on that one, and Tennessee throws it away again. Yes. West Virginia having a little bit of trouble on this clear. But August Flynn will handle it. Still loose. West Virginia just can't seem to get an offensive possession settled in, and now long pole opportunity here. Tried to shuffle it off. It's taken back by the Mountaineers again after a couple of big hits and given right back to the Volunteers. Kind of like we saw in previous games, maybe a timeout warranted for the next team that gets possession. You can see some of the coaches on the West Virginia sideline saying, settle down, we're good.
They might be pushing in a bit too much. A couple of their goals early or from unsettled situations. It's easy to try and thrive a lot on that success and push it when you might not need to.
Schellenberger again with a dart.
I think he timed that shot really well to put it right in line with the West Virginia defender as a screen.
Well, Gager had positioning there. Just maybe you're right. He maybe just didn't see it. Well, the first lead of the day for the Volunteers came with 22 seconds in this first quarter. We got a high-scoring affair here. 9 goals to start the game. Damella's got it. Will he make it an even 10? He's going for it. Passes it off. They will. That is Logan Aiello.
Really smart play here from Damella. He runs down the whole field. You think he's going to shoot right there. He pulls up, draws the West Virginia defender for an easy step down.
Tennessee responding. 5 straight goals to end the quarter.
The goal was from Tennessee, number 31.
As it's picked up here by O'Neal. Lost again, and the quarter will come to a close. West Virginia, you'd say maybe at the end of the first quarter, if you told Brian Houck that he'd only be down by 2 goals at the end of that, he probably would have taken it. But the way this game has gone, maybe a little different feeling on that West Virginia sideline. We'll come back to the second quarter. Back here in Lynchburg, Virginia for the start of the second quarter. It was a good start for West Virginia, and like we were just saying it right as we ended there, you're down 2 goals as the 3 seed. Nobody expect you to be here. You'd take that after a quarter, right? But the way this game has gone, West Virginia was up 3 goals so early. Tennessee had all this time and scored 5 consecutive.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the energy on the West Virginia bench has settled down, gone a little lower. They were super high after that 4-1 lead. Their sticks looked really sharp. They were passing the ball well, but from the second part of that first quarter, sticks looked very, very sloppy. Couldn't get a good offensive possession without throwing the ball out of bounds.
Max Damella has been a huge part of it as well. He's starting to win a lot of face-offs here. And that one was won by West Virginia, but a yard sail to boot coming there from Jacob Stam, making a nice play on the opponent. West Virginia will win the possession right back to start the second quarter. What did you see from them offensively, down the stretch? It seemed like they couldn't really get settled after that 4-goal run they had there.
I think those first possessions where they found success, they're doing kind of like they are now. They're making sure everybody gets a touch of the ball.
Oh, good shot there that bounces and hits the post. That was Brock Altland, the senior. from Dallastown, Pennsylvania.
Got a guy open on the crease.
They finally get it down there, and nifty move by Altland to avoid disaster and a check. Mulaney stopped. I think that was Janice who stopped it. Whoa! Pop goes the weasel, and it finds it in the net.
Just thinking how dangerous it was for that pole to get jumped right in the crease. Ball goes down, and just quick pickup, and it looks like a no-look backhand here.
Just straight up in the air, yes. Kevin Mulaney, the freshman, the young gun. We'll take that every day. Take them as you come, right?
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully that re-energizes the West Virginia bench.
Well, as a defender, I'm sure it drives you nuts when something like that happens. Nonetheless, 6-5 in favor of Tennessee. This is a good one so far. West Virginia, a lot of energy. And they came out up 4-1. Tennessee storming back. Led 6-4 after the first quarter. West Virginia's open to the scoring here in the second. Dan Zappano, Reagan Pritchett with you. It's been a fun weekend so far. 3 teams have punched their ticket to Championship Sunday, the Division II level. Wake Forest going to the ALC Finals for the first time. They'll face the 2-time defending champions, the Charlotte 49ers. And Liberty winning their ALC semifinal game as Gager finally able to corral that off of a popcorn rebound. He does get it back. Liberty, a huge win for their program, beating Virginia Tech for the first time in 3 years, 18-14. The winner of this game will face them tomorrow. Virginia Tech and Liberty, the only 2 teams ever to win the ALCs in its 4-year history. A baby of a conference, but man, these tournament games have been so much fun.
Absolutely. These games have a lot to do with national implications. ALC Division I could be sending 3 teams to the national tournament, depending on how these games go. Same with Division II.
Gager again on the doorstep. I mean, we talked to Brian Houck literally last night, and he just said this guy's just bailed us out so many times. It's incredible what he's able to do. Young man, local boy from Charleston, West Virginia.
Oh, they're going to push it here.
Here they come. Back, give, and go. Oh, good concept there. Trying to get Will Letters open. Him and Tyler Randall's going back and forth here.
Really great pick and slip.
There's another shot. Now the offensive creation is starting to come out there for the Mountaineers. Graham Miller took that one. Inside, Randalls to the net, and we're tied again.
What a fantastic cut there. Completely lost his man, timed it perfectly on the dodge. Zach Janis, there's no chance you're saving that.
Great play there by Randalls. And an even better pass from Letters.
That's a goal for West Virginia, number 3, assisted by
Right
number
back.
4.
Excuse me, Stone gets the assist. Apologies. That's his 3rd assist of the day, Will Stone. As DeMello wins another faceoff. Tennessee going to try and get in the scorer's sheet here in the second quarter. We talked about it is their first time as a 1 seed. Won 8 of the last 9 meetings versus West Virginia. Haven't lost to them in 5 years. all-time lead the series 9-3. Ooh, tagging the post was Tommy Ruddo. Now they'll slow it back down. Tennessee's depth seems to be one of their strengths. They just throw a lot of different players at you and a lot of good athletes. So that one sails under the feet of Kane and the turnover. No, kept alive, excuse me, but it's going to be turnover anyway because it's over and back. Ben Chadwick handled it for a moment. They work it around and get it to Brock Altland. West Virginia going to settle it down now. No need to rush. This is a completely different team. We saw them play a few weeks ago, or probably about a month ago, against Liberty. And it was a great performance by Jack Gager, but they were nowhere near the offensive team that they are and are displaying tonight. That was a 13-10 loss to the Flames, and then they lost to James Madison the next day before winning 3 in a row. But again, this team just kind of came out of nowhere, and they have just figured it out the last few weeks. By the way, on the sideline here, J.D. Schellenberger getting checked out by the trainers on the sideline, so maybe contributing to some of the stagnant offensive play for Tennessee here.
I think Tennessee's offense is really stagnant right now. A lot of guys are just standing around. They're not moving off ball. That might be a reason why they're not able to look or get a lot of open looks.
Badgered by this defense. Daniel Cardani tried to go inside again. Bouncer is too far in front. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock, though. Tennessee looking for something. That's something. Hello. That is Jack Schroll, the sophomore from Annapolis, Maryland.
He gets the ground ball on the loose possession here. Comes around GLE, just eats checks left and right. Goes low to high, opposite stick side.
That is Jake Schroll, number 92. And the camera loves him. Putting it home, the sophomore. Back up by 1. Goes Tennessee, as DeMella has done a great job at the faceoff dot today. That time, it was a hold on the Volunteers. And now West Virginia can set up shop once again. Pace has certainly slowed down a bit. Of course it does. When you have 10 goals in a quarter, it tends to slow down.
Absolutely. There's not many 40-game lacrosse games
I was gonna say,
at any level.
21-20 final here.
Will Stone has a shorty. Tennessee will probably slide early.
And it didn't quite slide as early as we thought. Stone got that on Janis, but he bails out the Volunteers. As they'll stay down with West Virginia. That was a dangerous play there. Stone, what a great defensive play on that back end. I believe that was Jack Lydon. Got the piece of him. Knocked it out, but a messy clear. Fast break for the Mountaineers. Stymied quickly. But maybe back on. Randall's to Stone. They fell asleep. They thought they had it stopped. But you can't fall asleep when number 4 is on the field.
You could see Stone open on the crease for the longest time, just waiting for that pass to come. Throws a couple fakes up high to get the goalie off his line, just reaches around him.
Pretty little crosshand shot right there
Absolutely, yeah.
for Will Stone. Stone now eclipsing the 50-point mark on the year. That will give him his 39th goal of the year. Quick turnaround and right back at ya, says Jake Schroll.
Lacrosse 101 on this fast break. First man down to the point. Down one more and just a right side shot.
They love Schroll.
Tennessee, number 92, assisted by
He's a
number
transfer
24.
as well. They love his high IQ. And they think he can really, just as good with his right as he can with his left. They really believe that. Talking to Jake Noel, he's excited about what he could really become. Back to business for West Virginia. They led 4-1 in this game, but that was the last lead they had. Although they're sticking around, and it's kind of playing out kind of how the first game between these two went. Remember, that was more of a defensive battle. It was 4-4 in the third quarter. This one definitely more high potency on offense. But same kind of feel to it. Both teams playing tug of war.
I think both offenses are in the zone right now. They're moving the ball. They're setting picks, really clicking.
Good trail check on the backside there. Jackson Smith had his stick checked by Cruz Mayer. Mayer not letting Mulaney go anywhere. Good help defense as well. Michael Matarazzo in front and picked up by Janis, and a little extracurriculars after that one from Matarazzo. Him and his counterpart there, that's Lipinski's, have a few words exchanged as they head down the field. Now Tennessee back to business. Shot blocked in front. That was Colangelo who blocked it. And now Tennessee trying to get that lead back to 2. That's been the largest lead for them. So under 5 minutes to play, and now we get into the most important part of the game. These final 4 to 5 minutes of the first half and the first 4 to 5 minutes of the second half, because that's when momentum can really swing, right?
Absolutely. Playing a whole quarter or half, playing great defense, and it's slowed down a lot for both teams. And then letting in 3-4 in a row in just a couple minutes. Having either losing a lead at the half or going down by an even wider margin can be really demoralizing.
Chase Elsis with the deflection on that last run of Tennessee. Another one of the guts. There's a shot. Tough shot to get that one past Gager, though. And a bad clearing pass by the goaltender gives it back to Tennessee. Four more minutes. And really, you know, West Virginia obviously in need of this game. They're on the outside of the MCLA poll. They are getting receiving votes, but obviously I think it's pretty well established they need to win this game. As Gager, another save for them. They need to win not just this game, but the tournament to make it to Round Rock. So that's what they're aiming for. But you mentioned Tennessee's number 10 in the country. If they lose this game, are they in danger here of maybe not making the tournament?
I think so. I think One of the things that the selection committee really looks at is your ranked opponents, your strength of schedule. Tennessee, 10-1, has only played 2 ranked teams this year.
Timeout. West Virginia, keep going with your thought there.
They won both those games, and one of those games against Virginia Tech was a top 5 win. It's very good for their resume. But then they have an unranked loss to Georgia. If you had another unranked loss, West Virginia today, the committee will look at that and say, yeah, they can beat some good teams, but they can also lose to some teams that are never going to make the national tournament this year. It's really up in the air what they might decide. So if they drop this game, it might be a tough decision, especially about what happens outside of this conference with Arizona and Chapman playing today. If Arizona wins that, then that conference has 3 or 4 teams that they're sending. So it really depends on the result today and some of the other results around the country.
Yeah, that's a really good point. They do have a win on the road against Florida State, who is another one of those kind of bubble teams. Did not make the SELC finals. So we are looking to crown a champion by season's end, or by weekend's end, I should say. But you're right. Tennessee has surprised a lot of people with how dominant they've been able to be. And then obviously the win over Virginia Tech propelled them. But it's interesting where they're still slated by the coaches in that New Balance poll, that coaches still seem like, yeah, they're good, but they're not Tech, Liberty, BYU, Chapman good, you know?
Exactly. And one of those things about up-and-coming teams is that the committee has always had that focus on ranked wins. Well,
right. Ranked
teams want to play each other. A lot of outranked teams that aren't on the East Coast don't want to take a flight, have that huge trip in a club program to play someone like Tennessee, who hasn't had a lot of success in the past. If they do well the rest of this tournament and do well at nationals, you could see them playing a lot of West Coast teams and more ranked games next year.
Tennessee can very much silence the doubters this weekend with a win today and a win tomorrow. But they've got to get through West Virginia first, who's right in it with them. That's going to be a flag. Easy call for the officials. Now with 2.5 minutes to go, they could double up. That shot's wide. That shot's wide. Miller and Altland taking 2 shots that do not hit the cage, but they know they have a man-up opportunity to tie this game back at 8. So we'll get the call from our official. Taking a seat is Nick Gold out of Baltimore. Another boys Latin product. So many boys Latin products we got today. One of the best programs in the nation. Out of Maryland. Opportunity for West Virginia. Stone will do it himself, except Janice says no. 4th save of the day for Janice. And Tennessee now the chance to extend their lead. Great job by defender here, bringing it all the way up. West Virginia, they're just trying to, Tennessee is just trying to kill this penalty off before they maybe take a crack at another goal. And the penalty is now released, so back they go. Looks like J.D. Schellenberger's back out on the field. It's good to see him out there. Shot with the left hand and score. Michael Riccardi, the senior from Mendham, New Jersey.
This is a really good team offense here from Tennessee. They had a dodge down the right alley and drew the slide. Reversed the field. Dodged on an unready defense for another alley dodge and topside shot.
Tennessee with the ball again. In the final 45 seconds here, they don't have to worry about the shot clock, but they can get their biggest lead of the game with a goal here at the end of the first half. Here they come. Too wide of a shot for Schroll. Trying to work it inside was Aiello, and it got picked off, but then knocked out of the stick of Colangelo. West Virginia trying to hold for 24 more seconds. Aiello going at it with Stam. Found it to Kane. Big shot from the top. Will Tobias.
Sort of seemed like an unsettled situation there. Ball was knocked out of the stick around X and just picked up and moved immediately back up top by Tennessee for a step down.
Number 10, assisted by number 24.
Kane going to get credit with the assist, and that's another point for Mason Kane. 5 points in this first half. As we've reached the final 10 seconds here. Chance for the Mountaineers. Stone couldn't handle that pass, and we will go to halftime with Tennessee leading West Virginia 10-7, an offensive onslaught. This game has been, and a lot of words, a lot of chippiness going on in this game, no question about that. But the intensity is certainly there between these two. We're going to go down on the field where we have Jake Noel standing by for the Tennessee head coach. Coach, offense, 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 the name of the game in that one. This game has gotten really, really hyped up with a lot of energy. How do you prevent the chippiness from affecting your team?
Yeah, just telling our guys to just stay in their head, play our game. We started to do that at the end of the second half there. A little sloppy at the start, but we just keep playing our game, we'll be fine.
West Virginia's really giving you a battle on those ground balls. It seems like the grit's there. How do you turn that to your advantage in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting after it for sure. We just got to understand that we've got to hustle, and GBs are a big part of the game, and so that's a big stat for us, and we just got to start focusing on it a little bit more.
Coach, thank you for your time so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach Jake Noel joining us here for the halftime interview. Back and forth. That's definitely the way you could describe this. Tennessee got off to a bad start, but they rallied, got up 6-4 after a quarter. The game was tied for a moment, but they really won the end of that second quarter to give themselves a 10-7 lead at the half. Come on back to the ALC tournament presented by Jamerson Lewis Construction. Back here in the ALC tournament, the halftime score, Tennessee 10, West Virginia 7. We're now joined on the field by West Virginia head coach Brian Houck. Coach, energy levels were really high at the beginning of the game, but as you know, this game is a game of runs and flows. How do you maintain that energy level now in the second half? You guys made some big plays, especially Gager's been really good in net for you guys, making some saves, but defensively you've given up some goals. How do you maintain that energy level?
Yeah, it just starts one play at a time. It's a game of runs. We just got to make one play and then just keep building on that. So when we make a play, the bench is going to lose their minds, and we really feed off that energy. So we just got to keep making one play after one play after one play.
Coach, in the middle of that half, there's a lot of sloppiness in the clearing game, a lot of drop passes and balls thrown out of bounds. So what do you tell your team to try and help change their attitude and their mindset going into the second half?
Yeah, just settle down. We know what they're going to do in the ride. We know where the soft spots are going to be, so just slow it down, make our passes. We'll find the 2v1s. We'll get our defense the rest they need, and we clean up that clear. The game really opens up for us.
Coach, you're the best. Thanks so much for this.
Yes, sir. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you. Thank you to Coach Brian Hauk. Able to get that inside info as we go into the second half. As we are underway, Max DeMella had a really good first half in spurts for Tennessee. He's a specialty player of the year, as we mentioned. But West Virginia held their own as well. Ooh, Mason Kane made it look like he was shooting and then passed it down to his teammate Aiello. That was silky. Was that not a no-looker? That looked like it.
He pulled his hands, making everyone think he was going to pass down low on that right side, but then cuts across the field, gets the defense to rotate for the open shot.
Beautiful job by Kane, who continues to just be a workhorse for this team. Young man from Long Island.
From Tennessee, number 31.
Shows it off, as
24.
always. Kane from West Gilgo, New York.
Tennessee has been winning that face-off battle, currently winning 20-6 over WVU.
DeMella right now dominating at the dot. Inside roll, no good, but here's Kane. Excuse me, that's Schroll, and Schroll's gonna be called for a ward. By the way, Kane, if you're wondering, played at St. John the Baptist High School out in the island. Always described as one of the hotbeds of lacrosse, that along with Baltimore, Connecticut. Long Island is right up there. That shot is blocked in front. And loose ball finally picked up. That looks like Mulaney. And West Virginia get the possession back. This is their largest deficit of the game. And now Stone with it, trying to keep his team in it. Has a shorty on him. Found his man inside, if only for a moment, but Smith gets it back. Shot, great save by Janis. Janis hasn't had a ton of saves today, but the ones he has had have been outstanding.
Those saves that goalies make that they're not supposed to make, always a momentum boost for a team.
That's a flag. Not sure if it even was a flag or not, but Kane either sold it or he really was hurt. Because Kane's now coming down the tracks. Kane trying to do work on Stam. Top Ched. Tried to go top Ched, did Michael Riccardi. And that's saved by Gager, but it'll send August Flynn to the penalty box.
It was a gold 7, it's a slash. 1 minute. Who is it?
So Flynn will take a seat. And not where West Virginia wants to be with this game really kind of hanging in the balance for them a little bit here.
Number 7.
It's going to be tough for them to come back on this Tennessee team, although they did have a great first half momentum-wise with their offense. It's just Max DeMella has killed him on the face. Aiello fires one wide. Schroll knocked down in front. Colangelo with the big stick. That one flag down here. This is going to be a hold. Or is this another slash? Excuse me. We'll get the call from the official. Okay. That is a hold. It'll be 30 seconds.
There was a white 92. Are we even? White 92, it's a hold, 30 seconds. Hey! We're 5!
As now get things squared away. So a lost opportunity for Tennessee, but West Virginia survives it.
Number 92 for 30
Schroll
seconds.
takes the penalty. That should pretty much even out. We'll see when West Virginia gets released here. We'll let you know. And that looks like the penalty has been released for West Virginia. So now they will go to a man up here. Now it's been released, excuse me. Short time for them with the man up. Tennessee's been released now off the penalty. And West Virginia just not able to control on offense here. It's something we just talked about with Coach Houck. Just kind of settle down and play the game. Wide open inside, but Smith maybe turning a little too slowly. Maybe surprised that he was that wide open.
Yeah, I think he rushed a little bit too much. It's easy to panic when you're inside there. You think you're going to get your clock cleaned, but he had time to throw a few fakes and try and increase his shot percentage.
Janis another save. That's 6 for him. Shot bounces wide. This Mountaineer team so far this season, not a very high scoring offense. They've given up, scored just 11 goals per game so far this season and given up close to that, almost 11. So they've been pretty even throughout department. But they have been scoring at a blistering rate the last couple of games. And we know how good Tennessee's offense is. 5th in the country in goals per game. And Logan Aiello adds to it. That's his 3rd of the day.
Individual move here, just moving south to north. He quickly turns, hides his stick behind his body. It's hard to track.
Goal for Tennessee, number 31, Logan Aiello.
So Aiello with another goal to extend the Tennessee lead, and now West Virginia, who trailed 8-7, has given up 4 consecutive goals here. And another win here for DeMella.
Tennessee looks really sharp in the second half. Maybe corrected a few of the errors they were making in the first half.
Well, like we said, they score 15 goals a game, and this was the exact score right now of the first game, 12-7. And we've still got more than a quarter and a half to play. Inside, good defense there. Scrappy from that defense from Colangelo. Now West Virginia looking for anybody open. What a ride there by the Volunteers. And their contingent in the fans love it, as this is the battle of a lifetime for this ground ball. And out of bounds was Ben Chadwick. Tennessee wins it. The fans in orange love it.
You can hear the Tennessee bench going crazy. Those 30-second ground balls with half the team involved. Always a great opportunity to get some momentum on your side.
Well, Tennessee can really put a stranglehold on their lead now if they can get another one. Schellenberger. Working around. Schroll took that shot, paid the price, kept alive, and Schellenberger throws that wide. And send it in to SC top 10. Mason Kane, are you kidding?
What a fantastic shot. And in that moment, a lot of coaches say stop throwing behind the backs, but that was the right choice there. He was running out of angle, going down the field. He ate a lot of contact. He thought, if I shoot this regularly, it's just going to get stuffed by the keeper. Went behind the back, increased his angle, got it low, far side.
He says to the crowd, I remember my first hat trick. How was yours? It's a King Kane with an impressive behind the back goal. Back to business here is Tennessee now very much in charge of this game, up 6 goals, and have shut out West Virginia so far as we're halfway through the third quarter. Good answer there defensively. Jacob Stam picks it up. Stone across the field. Great look, but not good enough on that shot. Believe that was Randall's who took it. It's actually going to be Ben Chadwick. That one's good enough. That was a great shot. Brock Altland put it all into that one. And West Virginia finally stops the scoring run of the Volunteers.
Janice has had 3 doorstop saves, incredible ones, to shut out West Virginia so far, but this one from outside, opposite hip. It's one of the hardest places to save for a goalie.
Anything to keep them in this game, Brock Altland will do. He is a heart player through and through. We call him the Brocket sometimes. And as you can see, that's why. And a face-off win for the Mountaineers. They are not done. Chance for West Virginia to get it back within striking distance. They got to keep this one from going over the line. They cannot. Good battle there. And that won't show up in the stat sheet for Kane, but that's a really good play. Boxing out his defender to let that ball go to the opposite side of the midline. Tennessee looking to answer. West Virginia looking for some energy. They've played a lot of defense in the second half. Ball's loose. Schellenberger's shot saved by Gager. And they needed it. But a costly mistake on the other end is not what they needed. Nice job keeping the ball on the stick there for ALO. Tennessee just content to keep passing it forward. And like out of nowhere, Logan Aiello just shoots and scores from way downtown.
For Tennessee, number 31, Logan Aiello.
Almost like a Steph Curry shot. He's like, if you're not going to cover me 15, I'll just pull up.
It's almost like the defender was just far enough off him where he said, okay, pull the trigger. What a game for Aiello. 4 goals and 1 assist on the day for number 31. He was actually a football player. Tried to walk on at Tennessee as a linebacker and switched to lacrosse and just developed into this great lefty shooter. Very physical player, but very good at keeping his head up and his eyes focused on the target where he's shooting or passing.
Linebacker is definitely one of the best positions in football that translates well to lacrosse. Same with a quarterback. You have to be able to see the entire field and assess where openings are, so not surprising.
Very instinctual player. That one's saved by Janis. Of course, we always love those football guys. Ripped shot saved. No problem for Zach Janis, who's tallying them up now, up to 8 saves.
Is that the 4th or 5th just in this second half?
Yeah, I think so. The high-scoring affair has not stopped for Tennessee, but it has stopped for West Virginia. 1 goal in this second half. Back to Kane. Oof. Took it and fired. Just a little high. Down low to him. And he's bothered and shooed away. Tennessee maintains possession. Tries to go split dodge and rolls back to the right for a wide shot from Reese Day. That one no good. Kane rolls inside. Shuffle pass, beautiful. How did he find Liam Markey? Let's take a look.
He draws this slide with the rollback. Knows he doesn't have enough time to put it in his left hand to make that pass. Decides, all right, I'll go backhand. Wide open goal.
39, Liam Markey.
Pretty impressive there
Number 24,
for Mason Kane. That is assist number 5 on the day for Kane. An 8-point performance in less than 3 quarters. Tennessee is up to their average in goals. Does he have another one here? Ooh, no, but Gager has another save. Starting to become closer for Tennessee. There's a shot. Goes wide for Day. With a 7-goal lead, 2:23 to go. As kept alive there, off the end line, off the midline, and no flag called there. Nice job by Jack Lydon.
That's a fantastic play to keep the possession alive. Really tough to do, to stop that ball before it crosses the midline while also not going over yourself.
Heater shot from Thomas Gies. as Tennessee's getting some reinforcements in here. Very nice find down below. Gies got it. And he has his first of the day.
I think one of the differences between the first and second half for Tennessee here is the ball movement. There's a lot of assisted goals, a lot of finding open mans.
Jake Schroll paid the price for it with that assist as the flag was down.
That's a goal for Tennessee, number 26.
See if they wave it off.
Tommy Gies, assisted by
And it looks like they
number 92,
will.
Jake Scroll.
No, I'm sorry. There is a player in the box here for West Virginia.
Cross check for West Virginia, number 45, 1 minute.
It's going against Chase Elsis. And bad situation turns worse for the Mountaineers, down 8 goals. Now, he said that if Tennessee loses this game, it could put them in trouble, but does a win give them any more extra juice for their committee resume?
I don't think a win here would do that. I think a loss here would hurt a lot, but a win doesn't help them. That's the best way to put it. I think game tomorrow is really important if Tennessee can finish this one up.
They will get to 11 wins if they can hold for a minute and a quarter. Kane kind of slipped when he shot that. Excuse me, a yellow. It's 26 seconds now on the shot clock, as the penalty is over. Kane will take it. And that looked like a trip. Hauk wanted the call, and he got it. And little John here between Riccardi and O'Neal. Both come off the field. Still talking to each other, and the officials are not happy about it. They're going to separate the two of them. Is this what can happen if things get a little out of hand?
1 minute.
It's a 1 minute penalty coming up as tripping penalty against Tennessee. Will give West Virginia
On Tennessee, number 8, 1 minute.
the ball. Chance for a man-up possession here. The last thing you want is for anybody to cause yourself to get some disciplinary action in a game tomorrow for Tennessee. You wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah, let's hope cooler heads prevail here. It's always easy to get emotional in playoff games, and especially on West Virginia's side where they know that whatever game, next game could be their last.
15 seconds to close out the third quarter. West Virginia looking for a spark. Five seconds. And it looks like the Mountaineers are going to hold this possession. Oh my goodness, did they hold the possession? It was in the air. That's going to be interesting when we come back. We'll figure it out. But Tennessee has dominated here in the second half. They lead 16-8 after 3 quarters of play. It's the Tennessee Volunteers. They're 1 quarter away from heading to the championship game of this tournament in the ALC Division I tomorrow here in Lynchburg, where they will play Liberty unless West Virginia is able to come back and have a miracle in them. Of course, like we've talked about all season with West Virginia, nobody thought they'd be here either. So to come back maybe might be the easier thing, who knows. But we will get to it here in the fourth quarter. Mason Kane has been just outstanding. 5 assists and 3 goals for their leading points getter today and all season. So adding 8 to what already was a fine season. He's up to 67 points on the year. West Virginia's going to come back in this game. It starts right here with this possession. And it starts with the Brock Altland tag in a corner.
I think Zachary Janis might want this one back. It's a pretty low angle shot from outside the hash marks. Usually you can trust your goalie to save those, but looks like he might have not been able to track it super well or caught guessing.
Altland gets his 3rd of the day. The senior picks up goal number 35 on the season. And another win for the Mountaineers. Densberger starting to do a much better job here.
23, assisted by number 44.
Mountaineers just trying to stay in it now. Mulaney, good effort play, but sent away by Janis. Mulaney, had a man. Back corralled there, but stepping into the crease was Will Letters. As that looked like a great chance for West Virginia, but an even better job by the defenseman tipping that ball.
Yeah, that was a really good possession overall. Had a couple pick plays, moved the ball around, find the open man inside. They got it all together.
Got a chance here. Stone takes it himself. And Will Stone off the fast break. West Virginia, 2 quick goals to start this 4th quarter. And it's back to a 6-goal game.
It's a goal for West Virginia from number 4.
That's the other side of the coin. When you push it in transition, it doesn't go your way. All of a sudden, team's going back down. Find yourself uneven situation.
No hesitation there by the LSM to get that down to their best player, Stone. Densberger won the face for a moment. Can he win it for the possession? No, he cannot. It's collected by the Volunteers. That ball, though, not able to be caught by Liam Devlin. West Virginia will get it back after all. Looks like the key to a great comeback, right? The 1 play at a time mantra, 1 goal at a time. You can't get 6 goals back at once. But it's just a matter of playing the game. But it is a difficult dance to do and to keep your composure down 6, I'm sure. Jackson Smith took that shot and he was wide. Altland's got another chance. That looked like Janis got a piece of it. But West Virginia gets it back again. Mulaney trying to do it himself. Lost it. It's a run out for the ground ball. Kicked ahead by Jack Lydon. Recovered on the other end by Tennessee. Nice play by Kane. Down below. Was looking for one more pass, and West Virginia just able to get there back on defense. A good chance there. Surprising from Robert O'Neill, but the pass that was back towards the front of the cage got intercepted by Janis. So West Virginia's had a bunch of opportunities here the last 2 minutes and haven't been able to get one to go home. Tennessee will finally get their first real offensive possession of the quarter. This has been an outstanding tournament, especially from all the partners that have helped out, our sponsors and all the crew that helped set it up. That was a pretty good setup there for Mason Kane.
Absolutely. There's defenders all around him. I think he wasn't sure that he caught it for a second. He kind of paused right after this catch. You'd see the slight hesitation. It wasn't a total quick stick, but once you realize he was total hands-free, able to finish inside.
6 points today for Aiello on the assist. 9 today for Mason Kane. You don't see too many of those. Any momentum that West Virginia just had, which went out the window. DeMello wins the face.
The previous goal was for Tennessee, number 24, Mason Kane.
Good collection there.
Number 31, Logan.
And in front,
Aiello.
but don't take the shot. Nick Gold did a nice job of scooping that ground ball. There's a shot that goes wide. Looked like Gager did get a piece of that. I think so.
Yeah, the officials are signaling to reset the shot clock.
For a team that gave up 17 goals today, Gager's actually had a pretty good day. Some miscommunications on the defensive end have cost West Virginia. And a turnover. Jacob Stam takes a run. Under 10 minutes to play. We've been here all weekend for you. The first 2 games in the Division II semifinals went the ways of Wake Forest and Charlotte. That'll be your first final tomorrow in the ALC tournament. The same exact place you're watching it here. That's a shot. Oh, it hung in the air, and Janice knocked it out. How do you like that? Initially saved it, and then it popped right straight up in the air. Probably had a good amount of spin on it to probably backspin, and Janice just swept it out. Liberty won the first of our Division I semifinals over Virginia Tech. So they'll be in the final tomorrow against the winner of this game. That game will be later in the afternoon. We'll get you the exact times in our post game. Stone was in front, but he gathers no moss. And it's given back to the Volunteers. And Kane will settle it. It's been the most impressive thing today for you, seen from the Volunteers offense in particular.
I really like the ball movement they've had in the second half. First half, there are a lot of individual plays, a lot of individual great shots and opportunities, but if they want to win against Liberty tomorrow, they're going to have to beat them with ball movement, just like that.
That's pretty good. Right as you were making the point. Kane to Aiello. And these two have been dynamite today. Let's take a look.
Goal for Tennessee, number 31.
Just left them out to dry, didn't they?
Absolutely. I think the defense thought they were going to have to rotate on the opposite side, went a little bit early. and they found him open right in the crease.
I don't think Mason Kane expected to get to 70 points today, but he's one away from doing it. 69 points this season. Inside to Smith. Couldn't get his hands free. Gets it back and scores. Jackson Smith not going down without a fight. He gets his first goal of the day.
And the Mountaineers have found a lot of success this game in those transition and unsettled opportunities. Push it in transition here, turned into a ground ball.
For West Virginia, number 36,
Wide open shot
Jackson
at
Smith.
the doorstep.
Smith getting to 30 points on the year with that goal. His 23rd of the year. It's a beautiful night for lacrosse here. It's been a beautiful day all around. You could not have asked for almost a more room temperature day like today. Thought we had a little chilly earlier this morning in that first semifinal game, but other than that, it's been absolutely perfect. And tomorrow, the heat will come into play, expecting weather in the low 80s with minimal winds. So that's going to be a factor right in the hottest part of the day for those games. Out of bounds, and they'll go back over to the Volunteers. Hardy now back up top.
I think if Tennessee goes on to win this, depth and legs are going to be a big storyline with Liberty. Liberty only has 35 players on their roster, the smallest in the tournament. They played a really tough game against a tough VT team.
Tennessee has over 60 on their roster. Not everybody here, but still a very large contingent from Rocky Top. And a battle for the ground ball. Push going back to the Volunteers again with under 6 minutes to go. If you look at, I think we talked about the history of this overall. Not only is this a historical season in terms of the winning, but this is the 50th year of Tennessee lacrosse, celebrating their 50th season in style. It's the first time they've had back-to-back winning seasons since 2009 and 2010. So it has been a long time coming for this Tennessee crew. They have built it up. Reed Copeland built it the last few years. Jake Noel's taken it over and said it was kind of like taking over the keys to a nice car. Just don't screw it up. And he hasn't. Neither has J.D. Schellenberger. He's had a nice game. That's his 4th goal of the day.
Goal for Tennessee, number 8.
It looked like it came off of Gager and bounced right back out to Schellenberger.
Yeah, I think Schellenberger's the only one who knew where the ball was after that shot. Not sure Gager was able to track it right away until it was already in the back of the net.
Well, for West Virginia, they're more than likely, barring a crazy comeback in the next 5 minutes, going to go home after today, but they have nothing to be ashamed about. They'll finish with an 8-6 record. They'll finish the furthest they've ever made it in a conference tournament. They made it to the 2011 SELC quarterfinals, but that was the farthest they've ever made it. That is a huge step forward for West Virginia. They said they wanted to be in Lynchburg. They accomplished that. They wanted to beat Pitt. Of course, Every West Virginia team wants to win the backyard brawl, and they did. And they wanted to make it to Round Rock. They didn't accomplish that this year, but they took a absolutely massive step. They provided so much entertainment for this league this season, all with guts from this sideline. And Brian Hauk, Mr. Do-It-All, coaches at University High School as well. So he's coaching a high school and college team at the same time. I mean, what a great ambassador for the sport. And a great example of heart from that West Virginia sideline. All the coaches, in fact. He's got 2 assistant coaches coaching at the rival school in Morgantown. So, got to be kind of interesting conversations on the West Virginia sideline with Hauk trying not to give away too many secrets, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think this coaching staff is bringing this team in the right direction. From when I first played West Virginia in 2017, the team is much improved. Just in the most basic aspects, stick skills, lacrosse IQ, passing schemes. They've taken a step in the right direction in almost every category.
He inherited a team, like we talked about, that won 6 games in 3 years. It was not a good spot for the team to be in, but they have absolutely rallied here over the last couple of years. COVID kind of slowed that momentum a little bit, of course, but the future is in good hands if Brian Hauk has a penalty coming up here on the Volunteers as we approach the 3-minute mark. And that one is shot by Smith. That's going to be a holding penalty against Tennessee, so 30 seconds for West Virginia to get one back here.
White 92. White 92. It's a hold. 30 seconds.
Penalty there.
Go to his first. Go to his first then, bro.
It'll be against Jake Schroll. It seems like another offense versus defense battle tomorrow in the ALC Division I final. Tennessee, high potent offense, like we talked about.
Penalty on 10.
They are 5th in the MCLA in goals per game, but Liberty, their defense is absolutely outstanding. It wasn't necessarily with 14 goals given up today that way, but they have been great so far this season as Brock Altland gets another one to go. He will finish out his career with a great performance, 4 goals for him. But we're probably looking at a pretty good matchup with Kane and Aiello on one side, and then that defense today from Liberty. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I think it's really impressive on both sides of the ball. Liberty's offense played great today. I mean, the 2 teams are most likely to be in the championship matchup, 19 and 18 goals, respectively. So if Liberty pushes it like they did today in those unsettled situations, I could see a lot of fast break goals, high scoring contests, but also a lot of great defensive plays as well.
Well, that's been the key for Liberty the last couple of weeks. They just figured something out in that game against James Madison. Played their best game of the season really there. And then played an incredible game where their offense was just on fire. The face-off dot for Ben Chun coming in, and that in-game adjustment from Coach McQuillan helped lead them to a victory today. It's going to be an even more fun battle tomorrow with Tennessee as there's a fight going on right on the sideline. This is not good. This is just not good. A major fight going on down right in front of our camera. We hope our cameraman's okay. This is not the way you want to end this. As chippiness has finally boiled over.
You can see the Tennessee coaches really don't want any more players involved in this.
The coaches got to get a handle of this. As do the officials. Tennessee's playing a game tomorrow. They don't want anybody suspended or anything like that. We hadn't seen any chippiness really for the last quarter.
Yeah.
Until we saw it earlier in the game, but this seemed like this game was rolling to the end, and that did not end well. As the officials are going to have to sort this out. Not entirely sure what set that one off, but there didn't seem like we had any camera angle on anything for that when it started. Just kind of saw two guys going at it on the sideline.
There's a yellow jersey and a sea of white.
Yeah. Not even entirely sure who exactly it was. But certainly not the way you want to end this great day of lacrosse. So we'll see what the officials sort out. Officials are going to make the calls here, as this one did not go well. That's what will be on display for anybody trying to figure out anything. This is not how you want to end things, but again, sometimes it just spills over. It looks like sitting in the box.
Four penalties, 2 on each team.
4
We got 16 white unsportsmanlike, 2 minutes, locked in. We got gold, 8 unsportsmanlike, 2 minutes, locked in. We got 34 in-home, 34 gold, 1 minute.
This doesn't mean as much. I mean, obviously you want to end this game in class, but it doesn't mean as much for West Virginia, but it certainly means something for Tennessee. Mason Kane is in the box. That's a significant penalty there, along with Nick Gold.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the exact rules are as far as penalty minutes in a game and ejections and suspensions go.
Yeah, we'll get some answers probably tomorrow from league supervisors here. But these teams have had a little bit of chippiness for themselves today, but hopefully they can end this game the right way. I think they will.
Each team
Cooler head should prevail.
has a 2-minute penalty and a 1-minute penalty.
So they'll give out 4 penalties in total, all locked in. 1 for 2 minutes and 1 for 1 minute for each team.
Until the last 48 seconds, this will be a 4-on-4 lacrosse.
Yep.
And then go on to 5-on-5.
Will Letters also in the box for West Virginia. Tennessee should have possession, though. That's where we left off. So let's get back to the action. Minute 48 to go, and J.D. Schellenberger will handle it.
I think Tennessee is probably going to just try and kill off as much clock as they can here.
As that one is dropped and almost corralled by the Mountaineers. Still looking for it. Still playing hard to the end. Good pass there from Colangelo. Altland's going to have a chance at a 5th, but a nice check there on the other end. Cruz Mayer. He is really good at this. He is an excellent player here, and he's going to draw a penalty too, as if we needed another one.
Yeah, I believe the West Virginia attackman was offsides there.
Cruz Mayer, a strong game for him. But Tennessee can just run it out. The penalty may not even matter at the end of the day. We just hope everybody can shake hands and say good game. Tennessee heading to the ALC finals tomorrow versus Liberty. They are back in the winner's circle in a playoff game. And they will attempt to do something that they haven't done in 23 years. And that is head to the MCLA tournament. They have not won their conference in 24 years, since 2000. They got a shot tomorrow. Tennessee moving on to the ALC finals. 19-12 victory for Tennessee over West Virginia today. It was an offensive onslaught, Reagan.
Absolutely. That first half, or the first quarter, we were expecting something like 40 goals total. Not really that far off in the end.
Yeah, we weren't.
It's a really great ball movement all around. I think both teams had some solid offensive possessions, a lot of fast break opportunities, finding their open men. So I'm excited for tomorrow, what the offense is going to show to us.
We look forward to tomorrow with Tennessee and Liberty in the ALC Division I tournament. Thanks for joining us today, live from Lynchburg.